everybody, it's James here from goodguitarist.com, and in today's lesson I'm going to show you how to play a simplified acoustic version of Riders on the Storm by The Doors. Now this song is a minor blues, and that means it's like a blues song, you know, like a 12-bar blues, but in a minor key. And I'm going to show you how to strum it, just the basic strumming pattern, but then we're going to take it a little bit further. You know, we're going to introduce a concept called shots, rhythmic shots, and that's where you play certain rhythms, and this song has a ton of them. You definitely will identify them when they come up. And if along the way you find that you need some extra help with the concepts in this one, you know, counting out rhythms, playing chord shapes cleanly, making the switches, I do have a bunch of resources meant to help you out with that. There's my free ebook, beginner's course, a whole bunch of stuff. All that's down below, so please check those out if you need any extra help. Otherwise, we're going to jump right in and get started with the chord shapes. There's 4 of them. The first one is E minor. For a lot of people, that's the first chord they learn. Then we have A minor. Once again, not too tricky. And after the A minor chord, there's going to be B minor / A, or B minor over A. And that looks really scary, but it's actually quite simple. You just take your A minor chord, you go 2 frets higher, and then you strum. Be sure to avoid the thickest string. I like to get my thumb touching it. That way I can just keep strumming without, you know, when you have to aim, it kind of ruins your groove. So please try your best to cover up that thickest string with your thumb so that you can just go for it. Then we have a D chord and a C chord. So before we go too far, let's just take a look at some of those switches. Starting off on E minor, and then we switch to A minor. And for that, I like to leave my middle finger down, and then I just finish my A minor shape. So that way I can kind of just pivot off of that. So just try that, E minor to A minor. And then for A minor to B minor over A, even though it is really simple, just work on it a little bit, you know, so you can get some speed with it. And it might help to lift your fingers a little bit to avoid the string squeaking. It's not the end of the world, but if you like to, if you're like me and you're a bit finicky, I like to lift my fingers so that I don't get that string squeak. Then we would be doing a switch from E minor to D. And for that one, I like to focus on these 2 fingers. From my E minor shape, I take those 2 fingers and I get them over here first. So I just kind of get them up to the top, and then I can finish off my D shape. And finally, when we're going from D to C, there's really no trick to that one, although you can focus on placing your fingers down in a certain order. So we have our D chord, and then we can place our fingers down 1, 2, 3, or 3, 2, 1. Just be consistent. Doesn't matter which order you place them down in, just be consistent and do it in steps. And eventually it turns from that into just like an instant thing, but you have to go through it bit by bit and get your muscle memory worked out. Finally, we'll be going from a C back to an E minor. And for that, I leave my middle finger down once again, just like with E minor to A minor. So if you're not familiar with some of those strategies, just give them a shot and, you know, see if that helps you get your switching a little bit quicker. If you need even more help, I have my beginner's course. I'll put a link to that one down below. Otherwise, now that we have the chord shapes, let's work out the chord order. We're going to start off on an E minor chord, do downstrokes only, and don't worry, you can always just watch this part and rewind it as many times as you need to work on the chord order. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all really straightforward. The one part that might give you a bit of trouble is when we were going A minor, B minor, just doing 2 strums each. So you might just have to practice that a little bit to get the speed of that switch. Aside from that, it's nothing too tricky. And the whole song is just those 12 measures over and over and over again. And that's how most blues songs go. This is a minor blues, but it's still a blues. So, it still has that concept, and you still get to take solos on it and jam it with your friends. Anyways, once you have those chord shapes down, we can take a look at a strumming pattern for this one. And I like to use this one right here. And as far as the down and up strokes are concerned, this is like an ultra easy strumming pattern. It's just a downstroke followed by 3 down ups. So like down, down, up, down, up, down, up. And we'll start there just counting, going 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Notice how my arm is always just moving. It's just always going duh, 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 duh. It's like my metronome, and then I just go 1, 2, and 3, and focus on being loose, nice loose wrist. Just try to relax, 2, 3, 4. And once you're comfortable with that, we can take those down and up strokes and we can turn them into an actual rhythm. And we do that by adding little things like accents and dynamics. So the first one I want to add is on beat 2. I want that one to be add a bit more force to it, like 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Just getting that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the next thing we're gonna do is same thing on beat 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If you need help working on that, I recommend counting it out loud, super slowly, just going 1, 2, 3, 4. Just saying 2 and 4 louder, that'll make you play them louder. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the only other thing I would do with this one is for the very first strum, I would just do a little one, to make it quieter. It's like the opposite of an accent. So now we have 3 volume levels. We have quiet on the first strum, 1, 2, loud on the second strum, and then the rest of them are kind of like medium, so 1, 2. And that's a lot different. Even though I'm doing the same strokes, that's a lot different than Riders on the Storm. Instead of like Riders on the Storm. So take some time with that, working out first the pattern and then the groove of it. That's, once we add all those accents, it makes a groove, and then that's what makes it sound, that's why we can use like the same strumming pattern on like 1,000 different songs, and it sounds different on each one, is because we're altering the groove. Now, before we try this together with the strumming pattern, there's one place where we're gonna have to change chords halfway through the strumming pattern. So let's just work on that a tiny little bit. When we're on A minor and B minor, remember before how they got 2 beats each? Well, our strumming pattern's 4 beats, so we have to like divide it between the 2, right? So we just go down, down, up, down, up, down, up. We're just doing half a bit on each chord. Just try that at your own pace, just going like down, down, up, down, up, down, up. It doesn't matter if you have to pause or whatever, just do it at your own pace a whole bunch of times to get used to the motions, and then try to do it without pausing, just. Once you've worked that out, it's going to be pretty simple to just add this strumming pattern to the chords that we already practiced. So let's try that right now, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. right? So that's enough to be able to play the entire song. You can play it and sing it. But if you want to take it a step further, there's a few things we can add, namely those shots that I mentioned earlier that'll, make it really sound like the original recording. The first thing we're going to change is at the beginning, when we're just hanging out on that E minor chord for 4 entire strumming patterns, we're actually going to change it to this. So every E minor got changed to E minor plus A. And we divided up the same way that we were doing this thing. We were just gonna go from E minor, down, down, up. Then we switch to an A major chord, and we go down, up, down, up. An A major is a new chord, we're gonna have to add to this thing, but it's not too tricky going from E minor to A major. You just move these 2 fingers together, and you add that last finger. That's all there is to it. So down, down, up. The song starts with 4 of those instead of 4 measures of E minor. So that's the first change we're going to make. I want you to just practice that a little bit, a few times in a row, at your own pace. The next change we're going to make are some shots on A minor and B minor. So before we were dividing our pattern up. Well, now we're going to go like this. And that's actually pretty simple. We're basically just going down, up on each of those chords. So down, up, and then we switch. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Now just try that. Down, up, down, up. And we could also add another upstroke to it. We could go down, up, and then the next chord. But that requires a really fast switch. If you can do it, great. If you can switch quick enough, down, up, down, up, just back and forth. That's the way I'd prefer to do it. But if not, just going down, up, down, up, down, up is fine for this part. And there's one more place that has shots, and that's when we go from D to C. And this is probably the most obvious one in the tune. It goes like this. So let's break that one down a bit. On the D chord, we have 3 downstrokes. On beat 1, 2, and 4. And this is really easy as long as you count it out. Just going 1, 2, 3, 4. One thing you can add to it is on beat 1, you can let go of the chord shape, just doing a little short one. Just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. 2, 3 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then following that, we switch to a C chord. And for the C chord, we're going to go down, up, down. 1 and 2 and 3. So down, up on 1 and then up, down on and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. Just try that. 1 and 2, up, down, 4. 1 and 2. Up, down, 4. So once you get that on D and then on C, you put it together. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, up, down. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, down, up, down. And that's it. Those are all the changes we need to make to play through this tune authentically. I'm going to go through them all in order like they are in the song, and then we'll play it together, and that's all there is to it. So we start off on E minor, and we go 4 times. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Then we go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Then back to So take some time working that out, and when you're ready, we're going to play this together nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the form, the order of the chords, and we just do these same 12 measures over and over and over again. And then whenever we have a solo or at the end of the song, we just go E minor to A, just that one measure over and over again. You'll, just by listening to the recording, it's pretty obvious when they switch into that. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. So just copy this down and refer to it as long as you need it. So I recommend first getting the simple version together with just a strumming pattern and the chords, just getting through it, and then adding each of those changes one bit at a time, making the strumming pattern a bit more complex by adding the groove to it, by accenting certain beats. That's the first goal that I would want to achieve. And then after that, maybe the E minor to A thing, and then the A minor to B minor shots, and finally the D to C shots. Just add them sequentially, play through the song like a whole bunch of times on each one of those phases, and eventually you'll be able to smoothly play through this entire tune. If you need any extra help, don't forget about all my resources. You can also ask me questions in the comments down below. Otherwise, have a fun time practicing, and I'll see you soon.